Hey, this is Mark from Jackson Jet Setting, back with another video comparing the Marriotts in the Cancun Hotel Zone. We're comparing three resorts today, the Marriott, the JW Marriott, and the luxurious Ritz-Carlton Resort, all located within about a mile of each other on the main Cancun beach in the Hotel Zone. There's obviously a lot of different factors that goes into choosing a resort for your vacation, so I tried to break it down and look at each category individually. So let's start with the best rooms. So the Marriott Cancun Resort and Spa we stayed at over New Year's 2020 to 2021. We stayed in a base level room with an ocean view upgrade. Felt like the room was pretty small compared to the other resorts. This is good enough for a vacation, I would say, but if you had a family, it would definitely get pretty small in here, even with a fold-out couch. The balcony, is nice and the view is nice, but overall I felt like the room was pretty small. The JW's rooms are newly redone and they're fantastic. I felt like the styling was really amazing, super modern, made you feel like you were at a ultra-modern beach resort and worthy of the JW brand and your vacation time. Obviously the rooms are a lot bigger than over at the Marriott. You kind of have a day bed, you have a one king size bed, and a balcony that overlooks some part of the beach. Some are ocean view, some are ocean front, but I think all of them have a pretty good view and face out the right direction of the resort. A big flat screen that can stream all of your Netflix and all of your streaming devices directly to it was nice. And of course, that great view looking out there to the balcony. The Ritz-Carlton Resort, being a little higher end, I definitely had pretty high expectations for the rooms here. We did receive a small upgrade to sort of a corner ocean view room, I would say. So I imagine that the entry area is a little bit bigger, but probably indicative of the base level room as well. So I would say it's a pretty strict comparison. The styling of the room is obviously nice. Definitely a little bit older style than compared to the JW Marriott, but I felt like everything was in pretty good shape. Our room kind of faced out towards the pool, one of the pool areas, as well as the ocean. You do see some other balconies and rooms over there, so it definitely felt a little less private than even the Marriott room. The bathroom was very large and had lots of marble. Some people would say that this is a little bit dated. I tend to agree, but felt like the overall aesthetics were nice enough and luxurious feeling enough to be worthy of a Ritz-Carlton. So overall, I would say that the JW Marriott definitely wins this one. The rooms are just brand new and it clearly shows. So now we're going to go over which resort has the best pool, which is obviously incredibly important, it being a beach vacation. The Marriott had a pretty small pool complex. It's basically one main pool, as you can see there, with one large hot tub. We were here during coronavirus, so the resort wasn't completely full, and it still felt very, very busy. With all the rooms of the resort, I felt like it was a little small for those purposes. And the pool service was very slow. Compared over to the JW Marriott Resort, which is right next door, the pool complex is absolutely gigantic. We felt like pool service moved a lot quicker. We were able to get like a nice little palapa each day that you can see over there in the distance. The pool area itself, it stretches from the adults only pool over on the right all the way over to the more family pool area. There's no slide or anything, but it isn't a lazy river, but definitely has kind of a meandering river-like quality to it, with bridges crossing it at certain points. And we'll take a look from an aerial view of what exactly that looks like. Quick reminder here too, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so and like our videos. It helps us a lot. So you can see the infinity pool overlooking the ocean, which this was the only resort that had an infinity pool overlooking the ocean, which I feel like is pretty important, especially for how pretty Cancun's beaches. It's nice just to grab a cocktail and stare out at it for the whole day if you wanted to. So we definitely felt like this was a pretty strong pool offering. And as you can see, it stretches a pretty far distance, so there's lots of pool access and lots of space for people who want to have a swim. And this is the adult pool area, so it's a big resort and lots of kids, sometimes especially during the holidays. So you do have sort of a area that you can distance yourself from those kids, as well as a scuba pool in case you're learning how to scuba on vacation. Here's that infinity pool that overlooks the ocean. It was one of my favorite spots when I stayed there. So now the Ritz-Carlton Resort has several pools. This one was definitely the smallest of them, and this is what our room happened to look over, but easily accessed. I felt like the pool color and the size of the pool area was really nice, especially for the size of the resort. The main pool is two-tiered, so you have a lower level and then kind of an upper level that spills over into it. Also some kind of sun lounger, shallower areas in the main part of the pool that kids were kind of jumping off of, but I imagine there's beach chairs there in the pool. Now let's look at who has the best beach, which everyone kind of has the best beach because they're all on the same stretch of beach. The JW and the Marriott had palapas for rent and also for first come, first serve. I would say that the Marriott definitely had a great option with the beach bar, which was themed to Tulum and had great cocktails and food. But the Ritz-Carlton had the best service overall on the beach. You had plushier chairs, and you had just really amazing bar menu as well. Now we're going to check out which resort has the best restaurants. The JW Marriott and the Marriott Resort are connected, so you can actually charge back to your room any bill that you have at either of the resort's restaurants. It's more about, I would say, if you have a favorite restaurant at either resort, walking back and forth could be a little tiresome. But the Marriott, they have a ton of restaurants up near their lobby. Right now we're walking through the lobby, and they have a great lobby bar. At night, they're playing club music. It's all very exciting. So I definitely recommend the Marriott Resort for their lobby bar if that's something that you're absolutely into. Just off the lobby bar, there's also the to-go pizza shop, to-go breakfast place. It's called 750 Degrees. It's also where the resort shop is, so you can get, some beers or sodas or Pedialyte or Gatorade or whatever you're really looking for there. So it's all really convenient. Felt that the pizza was pretty good. I did have a slice while I was there. Outside the main lobby is Saucy Thai, which is where the breakfast is currently being served as well. There's obviously Thai food at night. Some of the best breakfast buffets, I would say, of the three was here at the Marriott. There's also a Japanese restaurant, both sushi bar and kind of hibachi style, all in the same space. So definitely worth checking out there. And as I mentioned before, this is the beach bar, Sakbe, that is themed kind of to Tulum, which is kind of underneath the pool on the beach level. The JW Marriott has a number of different restaurants. Over there to the left is Sedona, and that's where breakfast is served each morning. I felt like the breakfast, especially the one that was free for Platinum members with Marriott, was not really that worth it. So that was one little disappointment there with the JW. They also have a poolside restaurant with waiters running around taking your orders. I felt like the quesadillas were great by the pool, so if you're a big quesadilla fan, definitely check those out. Here's a look at the lobby bar at the JW Marriott. So, still very nice, but I felt like the Marriott's lobby bar looks really, really cool. It was a fun place to hang out. The JW also has a fancy Italian place, Gustino's. We didn't try it while we were there, but if you're into that, they have that. Over at the Ritz-Carlton, they do have a club lounge that we were able to visit, so here's a shot of that. It's where we ate a lot of our food since we did upgrade to the club level. Fantino is one of the fancier restaurants in all of Cancun. It's highly rated Italian food, Mediterranean style, so definitely check that out. They have a coffee bar that also turns into a sushi bar at night. They have a ton of restaurants to choose from. So the overall winner for me, overall best resort, is the JW Marriott. The rooms are brand new. They're spectacular looking. The pool area is amazing. You get the best of both worlds with the restaurants over at the Marriott as well. The beach is great. The beach service is great. I can't recommend the JW Marriott more. And with a price point that's typically in between the Marriott and the Ritz-Carlton, I feel like you're getting a luxury experience that you would expect at the Ritz-Carlton at the JW Marriott Resort. Marriott and Bonvoy Platinum members who are expecting a free breakfast, beware. The JW Marriott's breakfast, at least while we visited, wasn't all that spectacular. Very continental and not very Mexican, I would say. So take that with a grain of salt. But overall, we loved the JW Marriott.